All right, what's going on, big dog? So we officially have an update on the Dr. Disrespect Twitch ban situation going on. So for those of you who don't know, I already posted a video on it. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But last Friday night, a former Twitch employee came out on Twitter and basically said that the entire reason Dr. Disrespect was banned back in 2020 was because he was sending sexually explicit messages to a minor. And we waited all weekend and through Monday to wait and hear from the doc himself on what was going on. He was sending very cryptic messages, really wasn't giving us anything. And all I can say is, Alexa, play Not Like Us full volume, because holy crap, the doc just admitted to the worst we could possibly imagine for him. So he released this statement on Twitter earlier today, and it reads, "The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. Yeah, we can tell, buddy, and everybody will know here shortly. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studios. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted." So he states that he always was one to accept responsibility and be upfront and honest, and I still don't understand why most of this information couldn't be really. I know you had like this legal binding ordeal with Twitch when you left, but I still can't wrap my head around why none of this was stated before, and why this game studio you created also didn't know. And you can't tell us that this was like collectively you decided you guys were going to just part ways. I stepped down. Like, I just thought it was right. Like, come on. If none of this would have been brought up, you would have never stepped down. None of this would be being said. You would not have stepped down if what we're about to find out wasn't true. So as soon as I saw that he was stepping down from his game studio, I was like, all right, it's true. It's true. And here's where we get into the meat and potatoes. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. All right. Case closed, everybody. Right there. One of my favorite YouTubers, streamers of all time, right there, just became one of my least favorite. I absolutely fucking love the doc. I loved his videos. I love his clips. Just the guy is funny. His character is hilarious. He just reminded me of like an old school gamer who just was playing games to have fun, talk some shit. Like, that's really what it's about. The old Call of Duty vibe. His game studio was supposed to make this like game that was going to top Call of Duty and Warzone and all that other shit. And yet this entire time, he's just been a groomer. He's been just a gross dude this entire time, and has hid this from his audience, despite apparently being very real and very honest. Do you think that this would be something you'd want to mention? But of course, no. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. Yeah, okay, Doc. Okay, I'm sure there was. Why would you even be messaging this person about meeting up? Why would you even be messaging this person at all? If you knew they were a minor, because you stated with an individual minor, so clearly it was a minor. You would have said or have said something to back yourself up, like, oh, I didn't know their age, or they told me they were 25, or something like that. But nope, you flat out say it right there in your tweet, minor. So I'm just going to have to assume that you knew this person was underage. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding the civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Which, I don't know if that's up to Twitch. Like, I'm sure they saw the messages, but I feel like it's kind of up to the girl. We don't know how old this person is. It could have been 12, could have been 17, which kind of makes a difference. Not really. I'm going to be honest. A minor is still a minor, and in 2017, the doc would have been, I think he's like 43 now or 42 now, so he'd have been 35 plus. So it's not like this was some close age gap where it's like, he was 20, she was 17, it would have been 18 in a couple months. It's not that big. Even if she would have said she was 18, you're 35, dude. Married at the time. Is still married now, but was cheating on his wife. And you still were messaging a person you knew was underage at 35 or older. I can't explain how mad I am at this whole ordeal. Like, I read this when I got home from work today, and I got so freaking mad, guys. Absolutely fuming. Like, the fact that there was no criminal charges brought against you means nothing. You went out of your way and messaged a minor. I don't care that there was no criminal investigation involved or anything like that. There's plenty of people out there who have had situations like this where nobody ever finds the person that was shitty to them. No one ever finds the predator. Like, that happens. And in this case, like, this girl who he was messaging, who was underage, they probably didn't know that you weren't ever going to come meet them. They were probably thinking, man, I'm going to get to meet the doc and we're going to do stuff. Like, that's it. It's just disgusting. This is all just gross. And then he continues on. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That is on me. That is on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Dude, you don't get to make that decision. You messaged a minor, and you even said that the messages leaned inappropriately. Like, no, you lost. Like, it's over for you, Doc. This is the end of Dr. Disrespect. I'm calling it right now in this video. He's done. Nobody wants to entertain the thought of a guy who is actively sexually messaging a minor, or conversations leaned inappropriate, I guess, as he likes to put it, which is just disgusting. Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. Fuck that. This is a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I've needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made a decision in 2020. Okay, so Twitch knew about it, or they found out about it, and they were like, you got to get out of here. And so I'm sure what ended up happening is because technically nothing was illegal, since he never got charged with anything, since he never put in jail or had any, like, he was never charged with a crime. So I doubt it, like, actually technically tarnished his contract at all. Like, I doubt it ruined his contract with Twitch since there was no illegal activity. But obviously Twitch being like, we don't want this guy who's sexting minors on our site, I'm sure they're like, no, you need to go. And so I'm sure the doc sued him, which he did, and they settled it out of court. The settlement being he got the rest of his payout and they kept their mouth shut. That I'm sure that is what happened. I'm sure that is exactly how that legal process went. Is he got to keep his money, but they had to shut the fuck up about what happened, which is gross. Absolutely gross. And then he ends it off by saying, to my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support through all the years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community in Circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not that same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. So the doc is done. The doc is done. There is no more Dr. Disrespect. He's going to take this lengthy vacation. He's going to come back, and for like 2 days, he's going to have maybe even above average viewership because everyone's just going to be going in there and calling him shitty names and calling him a pedophile and all this other stuff. And then that's going to be the end of his career. I can't say this enough on how much I genuinely respected and liked the doc. He lost a lot of respect for me back when he cheated on his wife because, you know, although that's not of my concern, they decided to stay together. That's none of my concern. That's an issue that they sorted out behind the scenes. You know, I lost a lot of respect for him for doing that because he seemed like a guy that wouldn't do that. And he also seemed like the guy that wouldn't do this. I made a video on this just a couple days ago, and I had a bunch of people commenting like mean and rude comments on my video and saying like, oh, you don't know nothing about the doc. You're not a fan. You know, how does this affect you anyways? All sorts of dumb shit. And I was getting a bunch of dislikes, and I was really upset, and I was planning on taking the video down today actually because I was just upset because I'm like, man, I'm going to make this video on the doc, and now everyone's going to think that I hate the doc and that I want him to get caught. And yeah, I hope I already found him guilty without evidence and all this other stuff. But I held off just long enough to find out that literally one of my favorite content creators is a massive piece of shit. And all these people telling me that I hated him and that I wanted him to get caught or was hoping that he would get caught or whatever they were saying. Like, I didn't want this. No fan of this guy wanted this to come true. We're all hoping that it'd be some stupid allegation from some drunk or high moron at, 2 a.m. on a Friday or whatever time it was, super late on a Friday night. That's what we were all hoping for. I was on edge all weekend about the situation. I had friends asking me about it, thinking that I knew more. I read articles on it where I think it was Bloomington posted an article about the whole situation, basically being like, yeah, you totally did it. And I was like, no way, like there's not enough evidence. And I kept holding off for the evidence. And then he comes out with this today. And I'm just really upset with this situation right now. It sucks to see one of your favorite creators go out like this, but I really don't see how he could come back from this ever. Nobody else has ever come back from something like this. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you did enjoy, remember, please leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Unfortunately, this video kind of sucks, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed. Don't forget to come check me out on all my socials. Links will be down in the description below. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your time. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. And until the next video, guys, Godspeed.